Why you think so many people not being a authentic self? People justify and make up every excuse or every reason in the world why they are not being their true, divine, authentic self. And it has to do a lot with conditioning and programming. Ever since you was a little child, you've always been told how to behave to the point where you agree with other people's expectations of your behavior. Can't nobody tell you how to behave? Well, I take that back. Anybody can tell you how to behave, but it's up to you to give in to the behavior that they act like they require, but it's really what they only desire from you. And when you give in to that, you give away your power. Now, as a child is where it starts, because they know that as a kid, you don't know no better. You get conditioned by your parents, by your other family members, immediate and distant. You go to school, you get conditioned to behave a certain kind of way. You go to a workplace, and they expect you to behave a certain kind of way. You go in different people's establishments, and you have to behave a certain type of way. So you become okay and conditioned and programmed to behave wherever you go. That's why you hear people that's older than you, you know what I'm saying? And in some cases, some people that pretend to be more positive than you always try to warn you and tell you to be on your best behavior. To some people that's raw and uncut, they gonna look at you crazy, because in their mind, they like, what is that? What do you mean by that? Because I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be my true self. And sometimes, as we all know, keeping it real can go wrong sometimes. But to who? Because the person that's being their authentic self, they ain't gonna give a damn about how nobody feel or react or respond to what they did when they felt like they did the right thing based on their authentic and pure truth. They're not gonna care. So it's only gonna go wrong to somebody who had an expectation for you to behave a certain type of way, and they got disappointed because you went in the other direction because you can, regardless of the consequences that may follow. You feel like being more true to yourself is more important, as you should. That's why a lot of people are scared to live, because they're scared to die. A lot of people are scared to love because a lot of people hate. A lot of people are scared to dwell in their own personal peace because they feel like being trendy and being social at all times is a thing to make people recognize, support, or respect you. But people need to learn how to love, support, cherish, and respect themselves. And you do that by being your true self. Looking yourself in the mirror and asking yourself, who am I? Asking yourself, what is your purpose, and going out there to seek it. Asking yourself, what's your direct connection to the Most High, because you feel it all the time, but you can't quite explain it, can you? And then you start being torn between being good, being bad, doing what's right, doing what's wrong, going with the crowd, following your intuition, being deep in church or being rooted with some type of fellowship and worship, and then seeking self-knowledge, fighting between God and the universe, going against race and discrimination and so on, man. Trying to figure out who you are. Trying to make people accept you. Trying to make people respect you. Trying to make people support you. But it's not until you accept yourself for who you are, stand on who you are, and allow experience to show you whatever it is that you need to be shown, so that you can learn and continuously evolve, because that's what you're here for. We are here to manipulate energy, and energy can be read wrong sometimes by other people. Sometimes all it takes is a conversation with a person to fully understand where they coming from, what they stand for, and what made them who they are today. We're not living for other people. We're not living to be accepted by other people. It's all kind of people all over the world who live unorthodox lifestyles and are getting paid for it, getting admired for it, because it's a million other people out there that's just like them, whether you see them on an everyday basis or not, whether they exist in your city, town, or state or not. So that's why I always tell people, there's so much more in the world to see that you need to watch what you judge. You need to watch what you condemn, that you're not even fully aware of, because you want and you expect people to act a certain type of way. I get it all the time. People be like, how you a messenger, but then you rap? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, Bruh, I ain't never say I believe that shit y'all believe. Y'all believe that those two can't work. I know it can work because I already express myself and minister in my music. Whether it's on a frequency that you gravitate to or not, I'm still being my authentic self. I'm not being fake about nothing. I just know when it's time to turn up and light this bitch up, and I know when it's time to be cool, calm, and collect and operate in the vibration of peace and love. But I ain't finna let you play me. Even though I love you at the core of my being, and that's what it's all about. When your intentions are pure and you trying to be a helping hand and a service to others, because as a humanitarian and as a earth angel, a spiritual being having a human experience, that's what we supposed to do. Each one teach one, even if we only reach one, because we are always connected and somebody can always relate to something. That's the beauty in being yourself.